You want to show Grandma how much you love her? Yeah. You want to make her happy? Of course. Go in her room and tell her she's an old bastard. Grandma, I want to tell you something. What is this, sweetie? Grandma, you're an old bastard. Yeah, that ain't really go as planned. Trash the Piece Theater, whooped and confused. The year was Kid and Play, and we were all trying terribly to do that kick step. Side note, Shireen and Sydney washed Kid and Play in that dance battle and house party. Somebody had to say it. Judge your mama. I was a young, innocent tater thought navigating those North Philly streets. Back when having a bike with pegs made you royalty because we all wanted to be Crew Jones from Rad. My cousins and I all went to William D. Kelly Elementary School. Baji and I were in the same grade, and we had an older cousin, Cass, who was a few years older. Cass lived with his mom and my grandmama across the street from the school. Despite being a feral kid of the 80s and having a key to my own house stuffed down into my shoe, I'd hang over there after school. And most mornings I stopped by and we'd all walk to school together as well.
Family!
Thanks! Both Baji and I looked up to Cass. He had cool toys he ain't really play with anymore and a dope bike. He used to young boy me all the time, but it was okay because he had a KCO Vision he used to let me watch him play. He never actually let me play the damn thing, but it was cool enough to just watch. All you youngins out there, KCO Vision was like the great-grandfather to the gaming systems you play now. It was slow, buggy, and the controller looked like a cell phone with a joystick, but at the time, it was the coolest thing ever. Donkey Kong and Smurfs Rescue and Gargamel's Castle may look whack now, but back then saying you played those games was a flex. I didn't even get to play, but I got cool points in school for being Pitfall adjacent. So what'd you do last night? After homework, I sat in a room with a little something called KCO Vision. Whoa! What game? Games. Pitfall, Spy Hunter, you name it. Oh man, cool. Technically, I didn't lie to them. I was in the room with KCO Vision.
They found a loophole!
This one night we were chilling in the room, we heard the phone ring. A few seconds later, Grandma called Cass into her room. Ooh, that was the school. They said you were showing your behind in class today. Want to explain yourself? I want to hear it. You take your butt in that room, unplug that game and that TV and read a book. Better yet, tell Baji and Perry they can play your game and you watch them while reading a book. I wonder what that was about. What's wrong? Grandma, you get on my damn nerves. Oh man, why? You told me I can't play the game because I got in trouble in school. Well, can we? She said you and Baji can't play the game either. I asked her if she would just at least let y'all play and she said, hell no. Can't stand her. Grandma? Yeah, don't you hate her too? Well, no. I mean, it's not fair that we can't play the game. But other than that, Grandma's great. Don't she? Wait. You want to show Grandma how much you love her? Yeah? You want to make her happy? Of course! Go in the room and tell her she's an old bastard. Alright, wait. What's an old bastard? An old bastard is like a term adults use to tell people they're beautiful and smart and funny and cool. Oh, wow! Grandma is an old bastard. I had never heard that term bastard before, obviously. I don't know about this, Perry. Trust me. If you call her an old bastard, maybe she'll let you and Baji play the game. So what should I say?
What could go wrong?
Perry Christopher. My grandmother used to call me by my first and middle name, but I ain't hear how irked she was in her tone from having just dealt with Cass. Grandma, I want to tell you something. What is this, sweetie? Grandma, you're an old bastard. What? That's right. You're an old bastard, you old bastard. They just stood there quiet and in disbelief. And at that young age, I didn't realize how much danger I was in when two black women stare at you silently. Can me and Baji play the game, you old bastard? I don't really remember what happened after that. Except 1 minute I was over my grandmother's knee getting a whooping. She passed me to my Aunt Robin like a 40 in the 90s and then she whooped me too. I don't understand. She is an old bastard. They must have hopped on the horn because 10 minutes later, my Aunt Wanda strolled in the door and she whooped me. You can't whoop me enough to convince me she's not an old bastard. As fate would have it, my Aunt Joanne and Uncle Mike were in town from Fayetteville and they also whooped me. And as if that wasn't enough, when my mom came to pick me up, she whooped me too. But Mom, anyone who knows her knows she's an old bastard. The only thing I remember other than that was Baji watching on and crying. He had enough, y'all. My big sister Missy tried to advocate for me posing the question no one bothered asking. Why? Cass told me to. Now, Perry, why would you include me in this? You know lying only makes things worse. I was about to get more whoopings for lying, but Missy convinced him I had enough.
Get enough. Come on.
That night, I laid in my bed wondering why the guy I admired so much would set me up. How could I pretend to like him anymore? How could I look at my grandma? The only thing left in my heart was revenge. Vengeance. I went back to my grandma's house the next day and apologized and told her I had no idea what the word meant. As angry as I was, I hung out with Cass like nothing happened. That douche didn't even apologize and carried on with life like I didn't just get a marathon of ass whoopings. I fell all the way back. I thought about breaking his game, but then I would no longer be KCO Vision adjacent. I thought about flattening the tires on his bike. I even thought about telling lies to the girl Charmaine who used to call the house for him. I mean, he ain't get no hoes. He was just helping her with homework over the phone, so what could I really say? Months passed, and the school year was winding down. I was beginning to lose hope in this vow of vengeance I had.
But then,
on one auspicious Friday morning, I stopped by my grandma's house and Cass and I walked across to the schoolyard together. We talked about how excited we were for the big family gathering we were having that weekend. It was gonna be my first time at a big family function. I was looking forward to meeting new aunts, uncles, and cousins who weren't gonna whip my ass for no reason. As we were walking up Oxford, there were two older kids approaching us. I ain't think nothing of it at first. Hey, you Cass? Yeah, who wants to know? You be calling my girl Charmaine? Yeah, but it's just about they pressed them. Oh, so you trying to get at my girl? No, it's not like that, I promise. Dad's about to beat my cousin up something fierce. And we were taught to always have family's back no matter what. So my instincts were telling me to help my cousin because family first. But then I thought, maybe this was God's way of giving me justice. Perry, tell him. It's just about homework. Tell him. The two older kids looked at me. I looked at Cass, scared ass. Then looked at the two older kids. Then back to Cass, scared ass. Now, Cass, why would you include me in this? You know lying only makes things worse. I smooth walked off and ain't looked back. Who's the old bastard now? I have no idea how badly they beat him up, but I know he wasn't in school that day.
You're trash.
And after school, I walked right past my grandma's house and went straight home. Fuck that KCO Vision and fuck that bike. A family APB was put out on me that weekend. Apparently, I was in line for a decathlon of ass whoopings when the extended family found out I let my cousin get jumped. I went on a run like Weebay.
yo, Bay, man, get in, motherfucker. We ain't got all night for this shit.
My poor sister was tasked to come get me and bring me to the park for the gathering. When she tracked me down and asked me why I let Cass get beat up, I pretended like I ain't know what happened. I don't know if she believed me, felt some sense of justice, or just saw the closure in my eyes, but she ended up just taking me to my dad's house instead. Apparently, she told the rest of the family she couldn't find me. Shout out to Missy.
You're the best sister ever!
I don't think Cass actually put the two events together. And if he did, he absolutely played it off like the whole situation wasn't karma for what he put me through that day. So, yup. Despite violating every family code, I let my cousin get jumped. And I do it again. Because the way I see it, he only got beat up by 2 people. I got 6 whoopings that day. So technically, I still owe him 4. Sucks to suck.
Karma's a bitch.
What's wild is, the craziest part, the most absurd thing about this story, sending me into my grandmother's room wasn't the only reason I let him get jumped that day. He did something way more trash. But that's a story for another day. A story I'm saving up for channel members and Patreon since it's not really a funny story, but trash nonetheless. If you didn't think I should have allowed him to get jumped for this, you'll definitely agree after that story. If you enjoyed this John and Felt scene, hit the subscribe button, drop a like, or feel free to share your similar story in the comments. If you belong to a forum or a group chat, please drop the link there as well. All of these help the channel and community grow. If you want to help further, you can become a channel member or Patreon member and receive early and uncut episodes as well as bonus spin episodes. All of the above do not suck to suck.